Hello and welcome back to the channel. My motorcycles have been stuck in here, locked up for 14 days straight, all caused by this massive van. But I have a plan. I have a plan for the great escape. Cue the intro. Now my cunning plan is to dig a hole, a tunnel, the length of that van using a spoon. That's right, a spoon the entire length. No, hang on, that's actual physical exercise. So now I've got a better plan. I'm going to get the Sidekick Solo to fit this starter motor to this van while I drink coffee. That will hopefully start it. That means that we can bleed up the system. That will then mean this van can be moved out of the way and the great escape of all these bikes will work out perfectly. But there is a couple of things. Darren, the Sidekick Solo, doesn't finish his day job until roughly 5 to 5:30 PM. And because we're currently at the end of January, the sun is out now, what means it's going to be dark. So he's asked me to do a few things that are very, very wrong, involving a little bit of physical labour, but I'm sure, being the true hero and man that I am, it's not going to be a problem. So first things first, he's asked me to hook up this tow rope. That meant I had to physically get down on my knees like a peasant and put it on. Not just that, going down deeper underneath the vehicle. There's a water pipe you can see there. So I've undone the bolt for this and I've removed the water pipe because when we changed it around 12 months ago, that water pipe up there started leaking on Darren's head. So he's asked me to drain it. So I've pulled that out and we've got a drain going on. So that I did that literally yesterday. So I did do a little bit of physical labour. And I've hooked this up to this part of the vehicle there, where we are going to plan to tow the van using the tow hook on my amazing X3 off of the driveway, where we can jack it up so we can get underneath it. Now, potentially, we're going to get it off tonight, and then over a couple of days, he's going to come back, fit it. Then we need to fire up this beast. But the problem of it is, because of the, hang on a minute, the sensor, I'll come to me in a minute, the diesel rail head sensor that I replaced has let air in. We need to bleed the system to get the van to start. So as long as in the pitch black, he can change the starter motor. By the way, we did it last time, it was an absolute nightmare to do. As long as he can change the starter motor, we can turn the engine, we can push the air out, this will fire, that will mean that we can then have the great escape of the motorcycles. That sounds like a plan, right? Also, he's asked me to disconnect the battery, provide lighting so you can see what he's doing. Studio lighting, either off a power bank or plugged in, will be perfectly fine. He'll be able to see exactly what he's doing, I'm sure. Not just that, get my trolley jack out ready, plus my axle stand. So as soon as he arrives, we can tow it forward. There'll be no problem at all. Jack it up, and then he can be like a hero himself. I mean, obviously he's finishing his very manly job, so he'll already be in the manly mood to fix the van. That now is the complete plan. Hopefully it will work. Well, with all of the most manly bits done, of course, all the physical labour performed by me, we just need to wait for Darren to come along and obviously do the easy bit by fitting the starter motor, bleeding the system, getting it to start, reaping water in it and all the rest of it. But of course, we need to wait. We need to wait a few more hours because right now it's about, I don't know, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I wait for 3 hours while the sun goes and it gets dark. And then we've got to use my beast and tow it. This is going to be fun. Right, time for me to go and get some food and more protein and energy, just so I can, you know, help him tow and then obviously pass some spanners because that's physically demanding. So it's been a few hours, you've rocked up, yep. You look as tired as I do already. It's at nearly 5 PM, we're losing light. I have hooked it up, so it is ready to be towed. I have drained it. The one thing is you said get a new starter motor. Yep. I got a Bish Bash Bosch one, but it's like reconditioned, but it looks new, so we're all right.
Well, this is the last time I'm doing this. Next time it's going in the garage.
Okay, fair enough. To be fair, you're saving my bacon. Shall we tow it?
Yeah, let's get it done.
Let's get it done. Right, here we go. We are going to tow. Let's see if I don't rip my bumper off. Oh, let's see if we can get some grip. Is that the tow rope clicking in? That's my clutch. Come on, Sonny Jim. Come on, Sonny Jim. It's moving. There we go. All right, let him handbrake it, and I'm going to slack it off, pull the tow rope off. He's actually quite confident we might get it done tonight, but we'll see. It looks like you're ready for Christmas.
I had to bring some lights from work.
Proper bright. The big question is,
Yeah.
do you want a cup of coffee?
No, of course no.
You don't want a coffee?
No, I want a beer.
Non-alcoholic?
No, not alcohol. I want alcohol.
Not proper beer?
It's Friday after work. I'm
And
supposed to be at home with my feet up with a beer in my hand,
I'll get you a beer.
and I'm under here.
To be fair, I feel quite tired.
Really? Why?
I had to go and get the beer in the first place.
Put all your stuff away and check out for the day. There's no time to waste when it's 100 degrees. Burns under my feet. Won't you have a drink with me? We head into town, see what it's about. Barely need a shirt though the sun has almost set. Make the most of it. I know we will dance and sing.
Well, you've just pulled the old one out. Does it look foutard?
Well, there's rust dribbled out of it. I don't know quite how water's got into it, but
I wonder if there's a leak higher up coming down, or if it's just come through one of the things, you know what I mean, the water vent things.
it's probably a crap starter motor. And then you've been when it's broke down, you've been using the starter motor to drive it around on, haven't you? So I think it's probably just burnt it out.
Cool. Do you want the Bish Bosh Bosh one?
Yeah.
Bish Bash Bosh. So there is our Bish Bash Bosh starter motor. It's nice, isn't it?
It's alright.
It's like the Ferrari. Actually, they break down a lot. It's like the BMW German version. But it's Bosch. Bosch is German, right?
I don't think it is Bosch.
It is Bosch.
Why is it Bosch?
Because they said it's Bosch.
It's not Bosch.
It is a Bosch.
It says CJF on it.
No, that's the company that refurbs them. I'm not taking a mick. That's a Bish Bash Bosh one.
It's not Bosch.
It's guaranteed Bish Bash Bosh.
It's Bish Bash Bosch. It's not Bosch.
Well, stick it in.
It's Hing Chong China one.
It's Chinesium.
It's pure Chinesium.
Well, fit it. Because we got at this
As long
point.
as it starts this van
It will.
the first time, because
Well, we've still got to bleed out the air.
once I've packed my kit up, I'm gone. That's it.
I've got to be able to move it. This is
No,
called
that's it.
This
Once it
is
starts.
called the Grey Escape for a reason.
Well,
We're going to escape far if we don't get the bikes out. So obviously I've done all the hard work. I mean, Darren's done all the hard work. It's in, the start motor's in, so we've got 2 phases. Now we've got to pray that I'm just wasted money on a very expensive Bosch starter motor that he says isn't Bosch.
it's not Bosch.
So the first thing is we've got to crank it. If it cranks, we've already gone really far, and then we've got to bleed it off and hope the sensor that I fitted, that of course will be awesome, is alright, and it fires up. So first thing, let's see if it cranks. So this is it. Let's just see if we wasted some money. That, dude, that sounds better than it ever did, doesn't it? It proper fires up.
That was better
Right.
than the last starter motor, that was.
So do you want me to keep cranking it?
Yeah, let's crank it.
See if we can get it to start.
Get some air out.
Okay, here we go. Right, here we go, let's crank it. That is the fastest I've ever heard this turn, ever. Ooh. There we go again. So the plan is we're going to loosen one off at a time and see if we get any air coming out and any diesel coming out. So we'll try again. You ready? So I'm gutted, it didn't start. We tried to keep turning it over, we couldn't get any diesel to come up. Long-winded story is I even went to the petrol station, got some diesel on top of it, we kept cranking it over, we kept trying to bleed it, nothing was coming up whatsoever at all. We're both scratching our heads. Darren's had to obviously go. It's got really late, and he's going to go and research it. He thinks it might be the connector going to the sensor, maybe not the sensor that I've originally replaced, but I don't know. What I do know is that the bikes are still trapped inside the garage. I've obviously had to put the van back where it was, because where I live, I generally can't just leave it out there. I live in this little cul-de-sac. I'm just gutted. Just to sum it up, for me, why it's quite gutting is because, one, obviously I live and dream about my motorcycles, but I've got to get this fixed within the next couple of days, or at least off the drive to someone that can fix it. Because if I don't, I've only got this coming Wednesday for me to be able to try to produce at least one, if not two, reviews that are stacked up that I'm working with brands with. But after that, I fly back out and start the Wales trip again on Ashworth. What I'm dead excited for, I just need this gone, and it's just, I'm just gutted. Right now, I'm just gutted.